Hey there, welcome back to my channel and my return to dance journey. I appreciate you being here. Like this video if you're inspired by what I'm about to do. 25 years away from dance, no training, no classes, no auditions, nothing. Just walked away and I'm back. Let me know, by the way, in the comments if there's something for you that you used to love, that you have passion for, that for whatever reason you haven't done in a long time. I'd love to know. Please hit subscribe, hit that notification bell so you are the first to know when a video drops, and let's just get to it. In the first episode, I told you what I'm doing, so let's just pick it up from there. I'm living in South Orange County, Aliso Viejo to be exact, working a full-time salary job, meaning I'm at the office by 7 a.m., sometimes 8 a.m., and leaving by 4 or 5 p.m. On top of that, I was working a restaurant job 3 or 4 nights a week. So needless to say, it was a pretty crazy, intense schedule. Some of my days were 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. How was I going to fit in dance? I don't know. On my time off, I just wanted to relax and watch Netflix like anybody else. But I was motivated to make this dance comeback, if you will, a reality. So I'm looking for dance classes in my area. Lord knows I did not want to travel too far away. Like, I'm willing to drive 25, maybe 30 minutes to dance class, but not more than that. I find one place, in the area called South Coast Conservatory. Caveat, they specialize in kids and teens. Now, they did have adult dance classes, as other places in the area did, but I found, at least in the places I was looking, the adult classes were much more about fitness. You know, those gym-style cardio kind of classes, just get a really good sweat on, follow a couple of basic steps. I'm looking to train, you know, really get better as a dancer. So South Coast Conservatory, great, but do they allow adults to take their kids and teens classes? I call on the phone, I explain my story, and they're like, no. But I'm persistent, and I show up in person, explain my story to more people. I call back on the phone a couple of times, and finally, my story is passed on to Chris, the owner, and she agrees to meet with me. And she was just so lovely and gracious, and I really felt like once she heard my story from me, she would get it, you know? And she did. And long story short, from what I know, I'm the first adult they allowed to take classes with these kids and teens. Keep in mind, I'm feeling very out of shape and very much not in my body. And that's not just because I hadn't danced for 25 years. I was recovering and or still in the middle of a shoulder injury. Crazy ass pain in this area here, and I think it's mostly due to weightlifting. I've had tons of physical therapy, 2 months worth. I had surgery on this lipoma over here. I did not make it better. And then I saw a kinesiologist who said to me that if it's not better after seeing him 3 times, to get an MRI. Thank God it said something, like there was an answer. I didn't even care what it was, but it was good news in the sense that it wasn't a tear. So the orthopedist was just here. He agrees that a cortisone shot is the best way to fly right now. I can definitely dance though the entire time, so. I just parked. I'm actually very nervous. This is the first class. It's happening right now, March 19th, my first class ever in 25 freaking years, I think. I'll do the math later, but that's pretty much what it is. And I'm starting off with a leaps and turns class. I haven't done a leap or a turn in that many years. And then a contemporary class. So I don't know what I'm in for. I'm nervous about it. I'm nervous to bring in my little tripod and see if they're cool. Although we've already talked about all the things ahead of time, it's just still awkward to walk in there with like equipment, even though it's just a little bit of equipment. I tried to stretch for 15 minutes before I left. I wanted to give myself an hour, but I just worked a whole full day job, so it was just hard to find the time to get that in. And I have jazz shoes. I haven't worn jazz shoes in 25 freaking years, people. Oh my God, this is insane. But it begins tonight, and I'm really, really excited. So let's do this.
Basics. We're taking it back to the basics.
I remember the music playing and the warm-up starting to happen, and I almost get the chills right now thinking about it. I was afraid that I was going to feel so out of place and my body wouldn't know what to do. Honestly, it just felt like home. It really did. I think when the technique is there, even if it's been decades, your body remembers. Cut to my mind thinking it can do things across the floor. Is it called across the floor today? Let me know in the comments. I think it's called progressions now. Back in my day, it was called across the floor when you do your turns and you practice your kicks and jumps and things. So my mind is thinking double piquets all the way down. Triple pirouettes, quadruple, ha, easy breezy. Not so much. I'm really glad I caught this random footage. What I'm doing here is I'm stretching my Achilles tendon. See, going from 0 to 100 overnight and dancing, I'm talking leaps and turns and kicks, all of these things that utilize the Achilles tendon, right? The liftoff from the ground, being on the balls of your feet. My Achilles were fried. I was in agony, so every moment I had, I took to stretch these guys. I realized pretty quickly though, the studio was not going to serve me as a dancer. It wasn't going to serve my project. As amazing as they were, I mean, first of all, the teachers were so lovely and so gracious. They would talk to me through class, they would answer my questions. The students were just insane, super talented. It seemed to me they were on the track to being leaders in the dance world. And dancing with them was very inspiring and just made me want to be better. All that said, they were often rehearsing for an upcoming performance or showcase. So I found that classes were ending typically 10 to 20 minutes early. In the real world, a drop-in student is gonna pay for a class and expect to get their full money's worth, their full time's worth. Everybody comes in together and you learn the combination together for the first time. The warm-up has a little bit of instruction, but at SCC, it seemed that everything was preset. The combinations, they knew the choreography, the warm-up was preset, moving at a fast speed. So even though I hadn't been in class in decades and decades, I imagined that I was feeling more behind than I would in just your standard drop-in class, right? The fact they ended so early and I'd just be standing there twiddling my thumbs. And they often started late too, because I think, don't quote me on this, but they were on some sort of track, academy style, if you will. It was almost kind of fluid the way that it worked. Classes would just kind of start when they started, they would end when they ended, and oftentimes the teachers in class, and I don't blame them for this, I actually applaud them for truly nurturing their students. They'd often coach them and talk to them about real-world life dance stuff, what it's like to be in the industry, what it's like to compete in solo competitions in front of judges and stuff. Nothing that was relevant for me, really. 5 minutes would pass, 10 minutes would pass, and I'd be like, I'm just here to dance. I had even emailed one of the teachers and asked her, so are all the classes pre-choreographed and are you always rehearsing for a show? And she pretty much wrote back, yeah. I just want to reiterate, if I wasn't clear, I don't begrudge them for any of this. This is not a complaint on how they operate. It's a description of what they're doing, and it's working to get their students incredibly successful as these amazing trained up-and-coming dancers. It just wasn't gonna fit with what a drop-in student, an adult drop-in student like myself, was looking for. But oh my God, how nice of them to make an exception for me to just give it a try. I'm still so grateful to them. Anyway, it was time to look elsewhere. And honestly, I was defeated. I was motivated yet defeated because I knew in my heart of hearts that there was nothing close by, that if I were to take this project as seriously as I said I would have to travel far, like 2 hours round trip after a full day at the office. And I just didn't know if I was up for that challenge. You know, it seemed like a big decision. Would I really commit on that level? Well, you'll find out in the next episode. Again, make sure you're subscribed because you don't want to miss it. Like this video if you enjoyed the content and hit that notification bell so you're the first to know when the next episode of my dance journey, comeback, return to dance, all this craziness lands. Thank you again so much for being here. I'd love to hear from you in the comments, know a little bit about your story. Are you a dancer? Are you a dancer? Where are you in the world? Let me know. I respond to all the comments. Thank you for being here. Let's dance! That was really corny, but I said that. Maybe that'll be my new tagline. Let's dance. Let's dance. Is that a song? Is that Lady Gaga? I don't know. Okay, bye. So I just took this contemporary class I've mentioned before, and I walked out. I'm never really dancing. I'm always struggling to remember what's coming next. And the teacher just kept going, and I'm like, I don't know what's happening. Can you guys see that? And for real-time, up-to-the-minute updates on my dance journey, you gotta follow my Instagram and TikTok at Back to Great. Thank you so much.